G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an Instigating Prime Gauss rifle. Very special thanks to community member Katerina Petrov for setting me up with this bad boy. And in case you're wondering, yes, this thing does one-shot a Vengeful Mothman. Anyway, so we're doing 175 damage with this. Obviously that is enhanced with the prime capacitors. Got the basic attachments, the same attachments that I had the two-shot explosive Gauss rifle have. So we'll just chuck on some of our perks to make this thing better. So they'll all be riflemen. So let's chuck those on right there. And we'll also go tank kill off a bit more armor penetration and a little bit of chance to stagger. It's all not all that much. And since we're not going to be using this thing in VATS, and personally I like my instigating weapons doing as much damage as possible, we'll chuck on Bloody Mess, which gives us 322 damage. Not too bad. So we're using nothing but the usual sort of stealth commando gear here. Let's get started on these super mutants. Now, the prime receiver only has 5 bullets in this, which is equivalent to what I had with the instigating hunting rifle, so you know, that's fine. Oh, you're interrupting my recording. Didn't expect a guest appearance from the user who actually gave me the weapon. Maybe she wants it back. And we were in danger for a second there, but now we're not. I'm pretty sure that was a bug. So, as you can tell, we're having no problem one-shotting all of these super mutants with the sneak attack criticals along with the high base damage, plus the instigating effect. I'm going to be very surprised if we don't one-shot people. And of course, we've got adrenaline running, so every single kill we get on these guys, up to 60%, will be in extra damage. There's the doggos. Don't need to charge up for those guys. But as I was saying before, the mag size is only 5, which is equivalent to what we had with the perforating magazine. If anything, the reload's a little bit slower, but still, you don't even have to charge it up against the Super Mutant Warlords. That's how powerful this thing is. Obviously, there are limitations when it comes to the instigating effect. Obviously, it's just dead weight on the weapon when you're fighting something that is of the Scorchbeast variety, especially the Queen, because it's not really all that useful, because it's basically never going to be on one shot of or the full health unless you got her mutated, but the chance to actually land that hit and to get a good one is small. She's got that much health anyway that honestly don't even bother with Gauss rifles against the Queen. Alrighty, now we can engage these super mutants at a range that is a little bit further. Oh, I missed a shot. And another one. Okay, game's going terrible again. I was doing well for a bit. Now we're back into dodgy gameplay territory, and also probably commentary territory. So with our stealth rifleman build mixed with all of the chameleons and standfast, we could basically go back to caution at will, which basically means the crouch button is also the more damage button, which is nice and convenient. Alright, one more super mutant left. There he is. He'll be coming out here. Yep. And we're back into hidden. No casualties whatsoever. Alright, let's go as... Well, obviously there's no casualties because we didn't die, but no wounding, I don't think. Let's go inside. See, this is one of the reasons why I always want bandolier as well as batteries. Is it battery operated? Something like that. Batteries not included? Something like that. The one that makes your energy ammo way less, because if you can run around with a Gauss rifle doing this much damage and carrying around 1400 of those prime rounds, which are all farmed legit. I went down to many cranberry bogs after the nuclear strike. And by the way, getting the other components, obviously the flux is easy enough to find. There's cranberries all over the place. But yeah, getting the glowing mass, hardened mass, or yeah, I think it's called that, and the high rad fluids is easy. You just got to go into the forest area. There's usually a squad of super mutants that spawns. You can go back and forth between locations. Sometimes you're lucky enough that other players have respawned the mobs and just ran straight through anyway. Generally, not a lot of people like to hang around after the nuke has been dropped, and honestly, I don't blame them because it gets really laggy sometimes. Alright. And the good thing about aligned stuff, I'm probably repeating myself here, is that you can use the scope for at range, but when you're in range where you don't need to use a scope, or you shouldn't use a scope, you've always got really, really good hip fire to sort of use as a backup. Did we not one-shot that guy? Okay, we're back into danger for now. That doggo just got ragdolled across the room. Come on. Work with me. There we go. Work with me. Good old chameleon armor, and also screw it, we'll just shoot him in the head. Alright, we got a sneak attack crit anyway. Super mutants like to stand still, so getting headshots is kind of easy. I don't even think I had that one fully charged. But yeah, in these close quarter situations, it's significantly easier to get staggered, but as you can tell, we're basically one-shotting everything around now. Obviously, that adrenaline damage is really stacking in, and of course, it's all magnified by the instigating effect as well as sneak attack criticals when I land them, so an utter decimation of these guys. And keep in mind that you can make quite a lot of those ultrasight 2mm ECs, because it's like one flux, like 54 bullets, something like that. It was something crazy, and it was like, it's really efficient, this weapon, for flux. You just sort of have to put it away when you're fighting anything that has lots more health to deal with, or anything that you can't really one-shot, because honestly, you're just wasting them then. I had no cooked food on me, so I just ate a Scorchbeast brain raw. Oh, I've got an explosive diarrhea from it, that's good. I'll be visiting the fountain soon. Don't worry, the fountain of youth will always cure my dysentery. Wish there was such a thing in real life. You could cure many a horrible disease with that thing. Alright, so same thing goes here. We're probably right to just stand here and let them all filter through slowly. Because we're in caution, not going to be all charging us and getting us trapped in the corner at once. Or if they're just keen on walking around, that's fine. One thing I do find kind of sad about the Gauss rifles, like the ultrasight Gauss rifles, it doesn't take to change the tracer color to green. How fucking cool would that be? Although it's different, it's a little bit hard when you've got the suppressor, which changes the projectile anyway. At least it did back in Fallout 4. But I've actually never sort of used a Gauss rifle without a suppressor anyway. I like to get my weapons fully kitted out to the way I want them, so I don't waste ammo on doing less damage than I'm supposed to do. Okay, what is left in at this point? Well, we're back into hidden, but I'm pretty sure there's one more super mutant around. Oh wait, it's the ones that I always miss. Well, for starters, there's one. Obviously, the hit scan nature of this weapon makes shooting targets super easy. There's one more. And I think we're clear, so yeah. This thing is a cakewalk. This thing is really making a mockery of these super mutants here. And its power, it's like not super overpowered because, you know, you only get it when there's that full health, but if you can take them down stealthily like that, this is like one of the best weapons for a stealth build, like, to an extent. Alright, let's go to the ghouls and hopefully cure my fucking violent, explosive diarrhea. Okay, so obviously a slow, high damage sniper weapon isn't going to be the best for crowd control, but if you watched my instigating hunting rifle video, if it can perform the same actions that we did there, just staying and hidden and pinging at the ghouls that were just running outside doing basically fuck all, we should be okay to go. There's usually one in the corner there. I can hear him shambling about, and since these guys are nice and squishy, just a tap of the trigger, which is good. It makes your, not time to kill, but time to charge up the bullet to fire at the things to kill so much easier. We're back over 20,000 caps. Isn't that nice? Approaching the cap of the caps now, which is good. And just like the other suppressed weapon I used the other day, I can basically take them out like this. I can go into enemy territory and take them out one by one, simply because the game will let me. I'm just too stealthy and these ghouls are too brain dead to even realize that I'm here, which is pretty good, I suppose. Got to figure out who's the boss around here. It is indeed a fat ass, so we'll take his fat ass to hell. And the rad roaches died. I guess he just had a heart attack. I can hear him shambling above, so we'll quickly go over there. So taking out these ghouls is significantly easier when you've got a Gauss rifle as compared to a hunting rifle, because if you let this thing, you know, go as it is, you can actually fire this thing a hell of a lot quicker, because you don't have to crank the bolts every time, so, you know, that's useful. Just getting that nice charge up on that ghoul there, make sure he's dead, and he had a bowstring leg. What a waste of a drop. Are we done now? We might actually be done. I'm going to stomp around a little bit. There might be ghouls in here. Don't really know. I think we might be done, actually. They might have popped out when they heard their friends getting killed. But, yep, in situations where you could be outrun or just overswarmed by ghouls, this thing will basically never let that thing happen in the first place, provided you can stealth it up properly. So, yeah, doing good with the instigating Gauss rifle so far, I must say. Not totally done, but I'll quickly make a mess of these ghouls. Alright, who's left? Just this one bloke. He's gonna continue to just do his weird idle dancing animations. Okay, we're done for reals this time. One of the biggest advantages to having a suppressor, and I still get questions asking me how I'm getting all of this sneak attack crit damage. Firstly, I've got Covert Operative, that's 2.5, and then we get an extra 50% on top of that with Mr. Sandman, with suppressed weapons at night. Hopefully with all of those things coming together, Instigating effect, we can one-shot Swan. Maybe if we got a headshot we would have killed him, but still we can easily get a follow-up shot because he's a dumbass. He spends more time roaring than he does actually killing these days, doesn't he? Oh well. It has occurred to me that we haven't really examined this thing. Ooh, I was in danger for a second and they gave up. Am I hacking? I might be hacking. You never know these days. I'm just a big old cheater. If I'm not duping, I'm obviously hacking the game. That's how I'm getting all that extra damage, right? Anyways. So, yeah, we haven't examined this thing with its full potential with Adrenaline, and we actually one-shotted a glowing Mirelurk King, which is good stuff. I'm not going to check the Adrenaline thing, because I think I've counted 4 or 5 kills. I don't really know. There's usually one in the pond here. There's one. And will that give us our... No, it's our 50%. Well, looks like 50% is good enough, I suppose, and we get 483 damage with that, and a frag grenade, please. Let's wake Mummy up. And unfortunately, we were too good with our grenade and didn't really get the instigating effect onto her. Don't feel like using this thing in VATS, not spec to it anyway. But as you can tell, if we're just sitting here pinging at her, her health bar is going to go down very quickly. One of the problems with the Gauss rifle is sometimes it likes to deprime itself. I hear another little Mirelurk dude. I guess he was hiding. Maybe I could have had a better look around here. See, I ought to know that there's enough Mirelurks around here to actually make that 60% damage, but still, even with that extra damage lost, we still did fine. We didn't get hit, so what more could you really ask for out of a Gauss rifle like that? On a Scorchbeast. Now I've very readily equipped myself with a crit ready to go. Hopefully we can make some good use out of that. And there we go, a Scorchbeast classily... Well, I didn't charge it up. I forgot to charge it up. Good on me. I'm not really used to using a Gauss rifle, am I? Also, there's a bunch of robots that are going to be interfering with this fight. No matter. So when the game tosses up between getting us sneak attack criticals and not... Wow, is that a Mr. Gutsy doing that damage? Yeah, okay, those Gutsies don't mess around. If only they could kill the gun zombies as quick. Get out of my face. Alright, we'll try that again. That was just a murderous pack of Protectrons. Fine, whatever. Okay, I remember to charge it up this time, alright? It's level 65 Scorchbeast. And we'll zero in on the head. That is not a Scorchbeast, that is just a Scorch Conqueror. When we get a little bit closer, he should spring out of the ground just fine, at least when he is in caution. But what I want to do here is just get a little bit closer to him, just so we aren't penalized as much with our damage over range. Not too bad, is it? I think we would have been on the very outskirts of the range, and yep, two-shotting a Scorchbeast dude before he even got to scream at us. That is efficiency any way you look at it. Sure, I missed a couple of bullets like in the middle, but concentrated fire quickly picked up the slack, and yep, I think I'll leave you there. So that was the Instigating Gauss rifle. It's really, really good without being over the top. Excellent for any stealth sniper characters, obviously what you've seen, and luckily we did this all at night because we'd lose a little bit of damage, but yeah, if you want to hunt things during the night, this is definitely what you want. Screw any of that nocturnal business, although that extra damage is good at night, but sometimes you just want Instigating. You can get both, you can get those, that damage bonus both at day and night. It's very versatile, but obviously better at night for reasons you have just seen. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, hit up Market 76. Apparently all duped items are gone now, so yeah. This thing might not be as easy to find, but sure, if you put a lot of caps on the table, you might have someone to show up. People, I don't think, know the power of an Instigating Gauss rifle. It certainly wasn't a god weapon, at least as the community saw it back as it was in Fallout 4, but I believe it is. Thank you for watching, guys.